Hello and welcome to Asia Now. In this video, I'll tell you about an American man arrested for Thailand trip to meet kids. You won't believe what 14 Philippines police officers did to a grade 9 female student, thief caught on CCTV, bad weather, plus much more, beginning with a quick look at our USD to Peso exchange rate. Right now, $1 US equal to 58.9. Jumping straight into our main story, a North Dakota grand jury has indicted Sean D. Snyder on 7 federal charges for allegedly traveling to Phuket, Thailand, to engage in illegal activity with 2 individuals who aren't yet adults. 4 charges involving the first one between 2018 and November 2024, and 2 charges involving a second alleged victim between 2023 and August of 2025. Whoa, just a couple months ago. One charge concerns possession of images and videos reportedly found on a smartphone, of course, of those who are not yet 18, and Snyder is being held without bond at the Burlow Morton Detention Center with his initial court appearance scheduled for November 24th. The U.S. Attorney's Office of North Dakota has not released further details. I'm honestly running out of comments on people like this. It seems very, very common now, and those are just the ones that we hear about, or at least I hear about. So just a reminder for anybody that's considering doing illegal activities like this, Thailand and the Philippines are cracking down on stuff like this. You've been warned. Going on to our next story, which is pretty crazy to me. 8 Cavite police arrested after robbing and raping a grade 9 student in Bacoor. 8 policemen were arrested by the Philippines National Police after being involved in the robbery and rape of a grade 9 student in Bacoor, Cavite on Saturday. Police suspects were arrested in a follow-up operation inside Camp Vicente Lim in Calamba, Laguna, Sunday early morning. 6 others are being sought by authorities involved in the incident. According to authorities, the young victim was also, as I mentioned, physically whatever. It was also learned that the suspects are operating of the PNP Drug Enforcement Group. When I say whatever, it means I just cannot say it on YouTube without being demonetized. A serious offense. 14 police officers allegedly did this. Pretty bad. It's not the first time where police from the drug department go into houses without warrants and they confiscate things. Apparently, although this, I have to be very honest and clear, although the girl's in grade 9, apparently she's 18, allegedly. I'm not really certain. I can't verify any of this information. And they were after her boyfriend, who was a dealer. Essentially, they took about 500,000 pesos worth of street merchandise as well. So pretty insane. And now they've been put on administrative leave. So let's see what happens with that, if anything, if justice is served. Next up, caught on CCTV, someone who pretends to be a customer in a restaurant in Barangay Pinagabutan, Pasig City, Monday morning. The suspect even ordered rice cakes before he went to the do his crime right under the CCTV. Pretty smooth, must say. The man just reached over and grabbed it, but not very smooth to be a thief, because now they got you on camera. Let's see if they're gonna catch him in real life. Pretty brazen though. And then a house from Purac Consuelo in Barangay Velamante, Bacolod City was swept away by strong currents on November 25th as heavy rains from Tropical Depression Verbena caused flooding in the area. The structure was carried downstream towards Barangay 41. No one was reportedly inside the house when it was washed away. Wow, imagine that. Incredible scene. You hear people say, I lost everything, but this is like literally everything. A house being swept away in the floods, the tropical depression landing last night, I believe, and it's expected to hit different parts of the Philippines. So once again, it is that time of year. It is still rainy season. So if you're in the Philippines, be prepared. I don't want to fearmonger, but you have to be aware of what's going on in your island, whatever's happening. Buy some water, buy some food, canned goods, take out some cash, because you never know if the ATMs are working. And if you have the opportunity, I don't want to say abandon your home or whatever, because I've never been in a situation where I own property, but I've always rented Airbnb. So for me, it's just an easy flight somewhere else until the weather kind of calms down, right? But I understand that's not the case with everybody, right? You may have family, you might have kids, you might have a job, animals, pets, stuff like that. So you can't simply just hop on a plane. So my heart goes out to all the people living in the Philippines still. I think it hits me a little bit differently. It's kind of like my second home in the past 7 years. So it's just concerning whenever I see weather like this, especially around Cebu. And then heavy rainfall continues as well in Thailand. So heavy rainfall has triggered flash floods from Bantat Mountains in Trang Province, causing Trang River to rise rapidly since yesterday, November 24th. A new wave of floodwaters has swept through Muang Trang, Palian, and Yan Tao Kao district, offering affecting, I should say, over 12,000 households. The floodwaters are now moving towards Kantang district before draining into the sea. Meanwhile, more than 65 schools across Trang province have closed. So Thailand is also struggling with typhoons, flooding, bad weather. Not really typhoons, but just really heavy rainfall causing flooding. Vietnam also, just all of Southeast Asia this time of year. It seems like, from what I've noticed, worse than last year, but it could also be because I'm more focused on covering the news, perhaps. Yeah, pretty crazy to see some of this footage, like the house being swept away or washed away, and kids climbing on top of electric wires just to get across somewhere. So I hope they are safe. And then in a wild story from Thailand, a 65-year-old woman believed to have died the previous night but discovered alive inside her coffin just moments before her planned cremation in Bang Yai district on Sunday. Whoa! A heartbreaking farewell turned into a moment of shock and astonishment when a bedridden Thai woman believed to have passed away began knocking on the inside her coffin. What? Imagine that. Family members had gathered to pay their respects when the unexpected sounds interrupted the funeral rites and left mourners stunned. Medical staff later confirmed that the woman had entered a state of resembling death, likely linked to her pre-existing health condition, before abruptly regaining consciousness. Although the family expressed overwhelming relief, the incident has reignited discussion about the importance of verifying death before cremation preparations. Yeah, you think so? Ain't nobody trying to die and burned alive? Come on, man. Grandma's like, hey, oh, let me out of here, man. You're only 65 years old. That ain't that old. Pretty young. Got it done 30 years, apparently. I say that because somebody else just got rescued from Thailand, a burning house, a 92-year-old, and a bunch of animals as well. So, moral of the story, make sure people are dead before you want to burn them. Speaking of bad weather, we've all heard about ghost flood projects, but what about student ghosts and such? What? 7 of the 22 schools being investigated for allegedly having ghost students have been charged. Imagine that. So not just ghost flood projects, road projects, dams and such. Now there was ghost schools, now there's ghost students. Meaning, not that they didn't build the schools, but they registered saying, oh, we're teaching these kids, give us some money, but there was no actual students at those schools. So a little bit of difference. It's not really ghost schools, now we got ghost students. I wonder if we're gonna have ghost pencils next. Now time for our segment Yesterday Today, where I read some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. David says, and they can't spell foreign, first clue. Ha! Yeah, this is about the yesterday's sign on the house saying that a member of the U.S. Embassy lived there. Brad says, thank you, Alex. Always entertaining news. The entitlement of some people in your stories is hilarious. That is true. The sense of entitlement is quite high in the stories I bring to you guys on Asia Now. And Bird says, Bomba clot. No, sorry. I'm boycotting Dubai for the next 24 hours in protest. I assume your protest has ended. Let me know how that went. If Dubai called and said, please do not boycott. I'm just kidding. So yeah, that's basically it for today. Not too many stuff going on. Yesterday I released a video about Manila banning face masks, So first, we got to wear them everywhere. Wear face shields, but I know that was for COVID. But now you can't even wear it. What if I want to wear a face mask, bro? What if it's the pollution too much for me? What if my virgin lungs are being packed with smoke, pollution? I don't want to inhale it, So what do you guys think of that? If you didn't see that one, quickly, Manila has issued an ordinance saying that you cannot be wearing face masks or even a helmet because they want you to be able to recognize you in public places. Where do you fall on that? It's a good idea, a bad idea. I'll give you guys a bit more detail tomorrow. I'll do a little bit of summary, so we'll get into that. Nothing really crazy going on out here. It is just Tuesday when I'm making this video, so catching up on the news to see what is happening. That's it. Leave your thoughts down below regarding any of the stories I covered. And if you're feeling extra generous, consider liking this video. Press that thumbs up button or subscribe if you're new and finding these videos valuable. I do appreciate all of you guys, over 14,000 strong. So one of these Korean hearts for y'all, man. See you tomorrow. Bye.